Bella, they said together. There was a moment of silence as Shiro, Kayla, and Ruby scornfully glared at Bella.
Come to spread more rumors about us, bitch. First of all, don't call me that. I'm not here to stop more crap. Forgive us for not believing you. You nearly got us in trouble with the student council. I'm not interested in whatever you have to say.
You better have a good reason for being here, Jacobs.
She does. Please don't jump at her. Bella will tell you what's going on, but can we find somewhere more private first?
Shiro, Kayla, and Ruby each exchanged a look with each other.
Fine. But no tricks. We're not here to start anything with you guys, I swear. It's actually quite the opposite. As a sign of trust, we'll let you decide where you'd like to talk. Alright, follow me then.
Kayla leads the group onward. Kayla leads the group to the old location where the anime club used to meet. Kayla pokes her head inside to confirm the room is empty before ushering everyone in. They then assemble in a circle in the middle of the room, just like how they used to do for club time. A fond sense of deja vu hits Shiro as he pulls up his chair and desk.
I don't think she chose this place by accident.
Shiro silently mused to himself. Kayla and Ruby coldly stare at Bella, who's had her eyes, pardon me, shut since she sat down. After an extended amount of time, Kayla breaks the uncomfortable silence.
So, what is it that you need to tell us, Jacobs?
Bella lets out a long, pained sigh. First of all, I'd like to apologize for spreading those rumors about you and Ruby there. That was a serious error in judgment on my part. It was wrong for me to do, and I sincerely apologize for that and trying to get you in trouble with Jeremy.
So why'd you do it then?
Bella lets out another sigh. She looks to Nikki, who sternly nods to her. I can explain, but first I want to make a deal with you guys. I have some information that you guys might find useful. I'll lay out everything on the table for you guys to judge me. It'll be a full disclosure of everything I've done.
Okay.
The only stipulation I have is that you do not admit to anyone with authority, the teachers, the principal, student council, anyone that can get me in trouble. No matter what it is I'm about to say, you cannot tell anybody that you got it from me, and you'll have to find it from another source. I can tell you where to find that said information, though.
So what, you're a whistleblower now?
Sure, let's go with that. But I'll only talk if I have everyone's word that you guys won't rat me out. Kayla, Ruby, and Shiro each look at each other. Kayla then looks back at Bella.
What exactly is this about?
It's about Kai in the picture fiasco.
We already know he did it. Why could you possibly tell us that we don't already know?
How to prove it was him, and tell you exactly how we did it, play by play. I don't care so much as to what you do with the information, but the only thing is, you have to let me walk no matter what. I'll even throw in that I'll stay away and never talk about you guys ever again.
Yeah, we know you're telling the truth. How?
Everyone turns to Nikki.
She confessed everything to me. I was half tempted to just report her to Principal Rank and myself and wash my hands of her, but she's my best friend, and I want to help her. I've known her my whole life, and I can safely say she's gotten caught up in the wrong crowd that she very much wants to walk away from. The issue is, she's in a bind. She can't walk away without some kind of consequence. So if you decide to act on what we can tell you, which we're banking on that you will, then we all win. In fact, it's a win-win solution for everyone. Kai presumably gets expelled, and his little group that he's cobbled together falls apart, and Bella can walk away from it. But like I said, she'll only talk if you agree.
Then what if we refuse?
Then that's your call, but it's a missed opportunity. We hate Kai as much as you guys do. He needs to be stopped.
So if that's true, why tell us and why not just tell on them? Surely she'd get some kind of amnesty.
There's no guarantee that Bella would get any kind of amnesty given what she did. I'm not saying she should just be forgiven either, but I feel like I can steer her in the right direction now that I know what's been going on with her. We're also not in a position to obtain the evidence needed without raising Kai's alarm, but I think you guys would be able to. So we have to do all the work. I can tell you where to look, but it's going to have to be on you guys or whoever to go get it. If this is going to work out for everybody, Bella and I can't get directly involved in all this. No offense to you three, but after today, it'd probably be for the best if we don't speak and avoid each other. We're not doing this for recognition or attention. So when we're done here, we leave this room as complete strangers.
Kayla, Ruby, and Shiro each exchange a look with each other. They each nod their heads.
Okay, we agree. Tell us what you guys did.
Alright,
So to start, I'm the one who took the pictures.
What? Kayla and Ruby nearly jump out of their seats, with Nikki rising to meet them.
Hey, what she's going to tell you guys isn't going to be pleasant. But you're not going to harm her. If you do, deal's off.
Kayla and Ruby stare Nikki down. Shiro, on the other hand, is frozen in shock. After a while, the three of them slowly take their seats.
Continue. Right. I feel awful about having done that now. I was not in favor of even doing it. It was all Kai's sick idea. I just avoided thinking about it. But Nikki here made me reflect. That's why I'm here. To atone for my mistakes.
She wearily looks at Kayla and Ruby, who were simmering with rage. Bella lets out a heavy sigh.
You weren't even supposed to be targeted. That was all on me. I was just supposed to be sure. It was just supposed to be Charlotte. The intent was to embarrass her into silence so that she wouldn't be a threat to Kai.
Shiro jumps out of his seat and banging his fists on the desk as hard as he can.
Do you have any fucking idea what you did by doing that? You institutionalized her, you damn bitch!
Shiro shouts as loudly as his lungs would allow.
You destroyed her mental state! She might never fucking recover! My childhood friend might as well be dead!
Shiro breaks down crying as he sinks to his seat. Kayla stands up and hugs him. After a while, Shiro manages his sobs to a relatively controlled level.
What else did you decide to do?
Bella sighs once more.
Right. So, the irony of it all was that I wasn't supposed to be the one to take those pictures. It was supposed to be Valerie Radcliffe.
Hold on, that stuck-up basic bitch who's in charge of the debate club.
The very same one. She's nauseating, let me tell you.
Oh, what do you know? Something we agree on.
Valerie was supposed to take the pictures of Charlotte, and I was supposed to look out for her. But she couldn't do it. She didn't have the stomach for it. So I did it. I was about to hand her back her phone when I saw you guys and figured, why not? I wanted payback for you guys getting in my face when you confronted me with the rumors I was spreading. Kai was cool with it, so he allowed it. And so we targeted you three, and Kai decided he wanted to use Michael as the fall guy. I don't know why, he just chose him. Randy was actually pretty vocal about not using him for what I heard. But in the end, Kai's decision was final.
So why did you do it?
You said yourself it was wrong, yet you still went along with it.
You have any idea how much it fucked up Kayla and I? The embarrassment we endured when we had to tell our parents? They almost took us out of school, Bella, all because of you.
Bella somberly nods.
You're right to blame me for all this. I deserve it. There's no excuse for my actions.
Damn fucking right. I can't believe you of all people would do something like that.
It'll haunt me for the rest of my life.
Good, I hope it does.
Nikki lets out a sigh.
I think you've made your point, guys. Let her finish.
Bella lets out a sigh and takes a moment to regain her composure before continuing.
The reason I did all this, the reason I'm even with Kai, is because I'm basically Victor's agent, if you want to call me that. He bailed Nikki and I out of a situation last summer, and I told him at the time I owed him one. I'd like to throw out that I was not conscious during all this, and that I never knew she hung around with Kai and his people. Right, so he collected and made me his agent. When Victor decided to partner with Kai, I was therefore an asset of his. I have to listen to what he tells me to do, but I'm no fan of his or Victor's. I'm not big on this arrangement I have with Victor, even though it's had its moments. Victor never asked anything unreasonable of me, and Kai seems to have lost it as of late. He's been real snappy with Randy and Victor about dumb shit lately, and he got on my case earlier as well. I think his fight with Michael seriously fucked him up.
I didn't know it could get worse.
Hate to say it, but he has. He's going scorched earth against Sam Meadows, the girl who's trying to take up Charlotte's investigation. Kai somehow thinks Sam can prove that he's responsible for everything, even though none of us think she has a pathway to do it. But as I've said, he's lost his mind. Really, I think it has to do with the fact that Sam got in the way of his fight with Michael, and that made him lose. That's what's probably more driving him. He intends to bully her into submission in order for her to give up on trying to bring Michael back. I was going along with messing with her until Nikki here caught me and made me fess up. And that's how we got here.
Kayla, Ruby, and Shiro stare at each other in pure disbelief as Nikki looks on at Bella with dismay. After a while, everyone recovers.
So, how can we prove that Kai and Valerie did all this? Seems like short of you going to principal ranking and turning yourself in, I don't see how we can prove it was them.
Well, there's two ways I can think of for you to expose them. You can either confront Valerie and either force her to confess, or somehow pull the pictures out of her phone. Or you can check the printer. She used the library printer to copy off the photos.
Well, I'm going to bet that Valerie probably deleted anything incriminating off her phone, and trying to get her to fess up likely won't go anywhere. She runs the debate club. She can weasel her way out of anything we'd try.
Then it sounds to me that option 2 is your best bet. Unless you really think you can get Randy to flip.
Randy? Why him?
Victor won't go back on his agreement with Kai unless he goes back on his first, so he has no reason to play double agent.
What's the agreement they have?
I don't know the details. He never shared them with me. I just know they agreed to help each other out and they became fast friends since then. Basically, Victor wouldn't break the agreement first is all he told me. And Victor's too useful to Kai, so he'd have to be really stupid to piss him off. Which he might, but you guys probably wouldn't have the time or craft to pull a scheme like that off. The reason I even bring up Randy is that he's been objecting to Kai's plans pretty much routinely since he's gotten back. Victor's actually starting to think about keeping tabs on him now because he's worried he'll flip. So whether he's growing a conscience or he's starting to realize how fucked up Kai's plans are, I don't know. But perhaps that might be a good avenue for you guys to try. And that's all I have.
Bella says as she leans back in her seat.
Doesn't Victor realize how fucked up Kai's plans are? Rather than he won't go back on his agreement, why wouldn't he flip?
Bella shrugs her shoulders.
I know he's not thrilled with Kai's schemes, but he doesn't have much of a moral compass either. I think he has too much riding on his success now. That's why he doesn't want to back out. But if Victor sees that Kai's going down, I think he'd jump ship, but he wouldn't rat Kai out because he'd probably have to expose himself too. And there's
no one else that could flip and help us out.
Nobody that'd be of any real use to you. Kai does have a dozen or so elves, as I like to call them.
Or call them?
That he's either conscripted or called in favors with, but most of the major shit he's done has been concentrated into a very select few. As far as the little gatherings I've attended, it's been myself, Victor, Randy, and Kai. Given that I'm Victor's favorite, and I've shown my worth to him and Kai, they consider me to be part of the top brass. I've never seen anyone else at our gatherings, and I've never been told of anyone else that works with him like that. Valerie was a one-off.
Gotcha.
How involved is Jeremy?
Bella shrugs her shoulders.
I don't really know anything about the arrangements they have, but I've gathered that there is something going on between those two. Victor's implied it to me.
How many people does Victor even have?
Can't say I know for sure, but he's got a good dozen or so informants as well. He's really plugged into the grapevine. He and Kai actually shared a lot of the same people, so I guess that helped bring them together. If Victor saw Kai was going down, I guess he'd try to help if he saw that he was salvageable. If he thinks he can help, then yeah, but if not, he'd probably just cut his losses and run back into the shadows.
Gotcha. Anyone we should be worried about? Anyone we should be about, not worried?
Not really. As far as Victor goes, he keeps everyone separate from they're doing their own thing, and so far he's kept them away from Kai. Kai's different because he routinely uses different people and it changes constantly. My advice is just be careful who you talk to. That's the moral here. If they're gossipy or a little too friendly, chances are Kai or Victor are tugging their leash.
Makes sense. Oh, and also, why was Michael's handwriting on those photos? I know he didn't write it himself, but it looked just like his handwriting and signature.
Valerie forged it. She's pretty good at handwriting stuff, so Kai somehow got his hands on something Michael wrote, passed it along to Valerie, and she wrote all that stuff in Michael's name. That's why she was chosen to be involved.
Gotcha.
The room falls silent again. After about a minute passes, Bella looks to Nikki, who nods.
Since there's no more questions, I guess we'll head out. Like I said, I'm sorry for everything I've done to you guys. I'm not asking for forgiveness, but I hope what I told you was worth something.
The three of them nod to Bella as Nikki puts her arm around her.
Good luck, guys. We're rooting for you.
Shiro leans back in his chair and stares at the ceiling, processing the whirlwind of the last 10 or so minutes. Kayla and Ruby seem similarly lost for words. After a while, Shiro opts to speak.
Well, she sang like a jailbird.
She was just saving her skin, but she made herself useful.
So we can't say we got any of that from Bella, and we can't report her, but we're somehow supposed to wrangle the information from Valerie. Or somehow convince Randy to go turncoat. Is anyone else a little put off by all that?
Well, like Nikki said, what Bella told us wasn't pleasant.
Yeah, no kidding. She put us through literal hell. My parents even talked about moving.
Well, at least we convinced them to chill. And if we can somehow figure out what to do with all this information, we might be finally able to put a stop to Kai.
I don't know how to use or how us three could you do it. I mean, the school's not gonna do shit. They've let him walk how many times now? Like I heard it from his whole fight from Michael. his whole fight with Michael. He only got after-school detention for 3 days. And a sit-down for the shouting match I had with him the other day. They're not going to take this seriously, so... Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta be the ones to stop Kai.
All three of them nervously stare at each other.
Charlotte was right. Kai's not going to stop. Someone has to step up and confront him. And guess that's going to be me.
Well, there, let's take a step back. You can't take Kai on by yourself. That's never worked. But this isn't the first time you've done something to step up and put a stop to him. You did it back in middle school.
Yeah, but that was a perfect storm of events that happened, and I only ended up making things worse at the end of the day. The rage he felt from the sting of a rejection, it only helped turn him into the monster he is now. By ourselves, I don't think there's a whole lot we can do. We'll need more help. And you guys shouldn't risk yourselves. You've done enough, more than enough, for this failure of a person. I'll take him down no matter what.
You cannot be serious right now.
I'll do what I have to.
You really need to stop with this one-man army mentality, Shiro. We're your friends. And we promised you back then that we'd help you through the whole poem shit. I think that promise still applies.
What kind of thing that was, Kayla? I've been missing lines sometimes, man.
So, we'll dedicate our hearts to you.
Kayla says, doing the attack on Titan salute. Shiro smiles gratefully at Kayla as Ruby shakes her head.
God, you guys are so cringy.
I can never remember if cringy's with an ear on.
Ruby, come on, don't be a stick in the mud.
Ruby sighs.
Alright, I'll pitch in here. Paraphrasing slightly, but so long as we have hope, we can keep moving forward no matter what trouble we may fall into.
Good one.
That's your classic.
The three friends look at each other. It fills them with determination.
Alright, for the anime club.
Shiro says as he puts his hand out.
For our classmates. For Charlotte and all those who've suffered.
Kayla and Ruby each put their hands into the circle, joining Shiro.
And break.
The three of them happily yet somehow awkward held the match Shiro's fitness pump celebration. And we'll worry about all the rest of that next time, because that's going to do it for now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you next time with more branching paths. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.